Hi guys, today I'm going to finish the rebuild of the battery pack. Especially it will be this part here because this one is already done. I did it a few days ago because it takes really long. It took me around 6 hours to remove everything and then put the new cell configuration inside. The challenge today is to fit this, what you can see here already, into this here. This compartment actually was that time already built for 18 cells here, but this one actually not. It's a little bit more narrow, maybe 10 centimeters, and yeah, it will be really a challenge to fit extra 3 cells here. I will use up more or less every inch or every millimeter almost of the space. And the other thing is these screw rods which are keeping the cells together. I have actually fixed the nuts with Loctite, and yeah, it's really hard to remove, and I have to literally cut those rods out with an angle grinder later on. So yeah, that will be the job for today. I have another thing done already in the electronics compartment which I want to show you. Then too, all this work will be done now off camera, of course, because it will take me almost all the day, and I hope there will be not too many complications. All these bus bars will have to be manually adjusted. I will give the pack a little bit extra space because the cells are old. They're already a little bit swollen, and yeah, so I don't want to put too much pressure on them anyways. Okay, so that's it. I will just start to disassemble everything, and when this compartment is empty, I will start to put in the new configuration. What kind of configuration did I choose now? So first of all, thank you for all your replies, your comments to my question to you, how I should do it. But unfortunately there's only one answer, because I am really set with this space which I have here available. Every configuration which is like a separate packs or different cell configurations by count, etc., would complicate this so much that at the end it would not fit in here anymore, and I would have to use another more compartment, which of course comes with extra jumpers again, extra wiring, etc., and this has so many disadvantages too, because you have all the voltage drops again, etc., etc. So there's not really another option for me than just to simply add one extra cell to the existing strings here. I already made a video once where I said that paralleling cells is actually the better way to go. I may link that somewhere here, and yeah, it is still my opinion that all the cells which are on a bus bar, they have the least problems to share their currents and maintain similar voltages, even if they behave a little bit differently, of course. If I would split this up into something else, so like for example, if you have now 6 separate packs, those currents would now have to travel on extra wiring, on extra long jumpers, etc., from one place to the other, then the extra added complexity using so many BMSs. At the end, it's always the weakest string or pack which is commanding how your system will perform. And yeah, I think keep it simple is, in my opinion, still the best way to go. Of course there's a limitation, and the limitation is already reached here. You can see this is now already quite a big chunk, one string here, so you don't want to overextend it. But that's why I say this is now the finished Powerwall, and everything more storage, if I ever want to have more, will be added somewhere else. So here you can see now this is the new configuration, and this one I have to pack into here now as well. This will be a real close call. But yeah, let's see. We will know it in a few hours. I also gave these cells a little bit more space, and yeah, I had to basically adjust every single bus bar, and that all takes quite some time. So I have 9 more cells here, and yeah, I'm not randomly adding them to the strings. I have looked which string was showing the weakest performance, and those strings, the weak strings, are getting highest amp hour cells, and the other ones, the stronger ones, they're getting the lower ones. Right, so as you can see now, I have populated all the cells into the compartment, and now you can see actually the problem. I have here my plates which are pushing the cells together, and because these 18 cells per row are using up more space than there is available, actually I cannot put the plate here in between as I did it usually. So what I will do here on this side is I will just push from outside. So what I have to do now is cut out some pieces of wood and put in between the plate and the cells, and then that's okay already. Okay, once that is done, when the cells are fixed in place, I can start again to adjust all the bus bars and start to connect everything. It's really 6 hours later and the rebuild is finished. Now we have all together 96 AC-Powerwall cells here. So as a Thai seller would say, these are 100 amp hours, 100% new cells, so it would be a 600 amp hour battery pack. But of course it's not like that, so maybe we are now standing at around 420 amp hours here, and this will give me about 20 kilowatt hours for daily cycling here, which is great. So what did I do here? I told you I will just use some wood and use it to push against the cells. How much do I compress these cells? Well, not really much now. I just keeping them in shape, that's all. So they have lost some of their width, of course, because I have pushed probably some gas around inside the cells, but that's already it. What I have to do now is tell the controller how big the new pack size is, but that I will do later. We can actually turn on the system. So DC main breaker. Let's switch on all the other circuits here. Okay, now we are ready. And I told you I have added something else here, and what you did not see yet is this row of solid state relays. What are they for? So you know, I have my AC chargers here. It's 4 pieces of them, and yeah, they are quite a high load on the system, of course, and also a continuous load. And initially they have been all connected inside here on a relay board, which they have relays there which say they can stand 10 amps, but you know, continuous current is something different than switching some occasional current. So even the 5-6 amps which some of these chargers drew were almost too much for those relays, and sometimes you have a ticking relay, for example, or even one was kind of burned on my board which was there before, the Chinese board. That was from the new variable charger. That one seems to be a bit nasty on the AC side. And yeah, so I have now put these solid state relays, and they are switched now via the relays over the 12-volt bus. So the relays, internal relays, are switching 12-volt. This is here on the DC side of the solid state relays, and the AC is switched on the other side here. And this is very nice, works very well, and yeah, there's actually never problems when you do something like that. The only thing what's left now is to balance the pack. All these strings are now completely out of balance. And how do I do this? You know, I have a very manual approach to this. I usually balance when the pack is full or almost full during charging, and then you can see if a string is kind of well ahead. And those strings I will use this here. These are resistors, a low resistance, and I clip them into the string here from busbar to busbar, and each of these can draw 7 amps from that string. So about 20 watts you can burn off. If I add all 3 on one string, that's really a nice current which you can quickly then cause there and remove power. The other ones, when I see a string which is very far behind, I can just use my power supply and connect it there and push the voltage up like that. And after some time, it takes of course a few days, pack will then be balanced and it will be okay. So I'm doing a top balance, and whatever the voltage is in the morning are when the pack is depleted. I don't really care about that. This was for sure the last pack upgrade. There's one more thing I want to change on the Powerwall, but this will be in autumn when I'm back from Austria. Then I consider the system, this one, as completely finished. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please comment, like, subscribe to the channel, and I see you next time.